Story time. Once upon a time, I took all but 2 bolts out of the brake rotor of my dirt jumper. I was gonna put Loctite on them, but the phone rang, I got sidetracked. This is when I was injured, I couldn't even walk. And there the bike sat with 2 bolts holding the brake rotor in, and then this happened.
So I just redid 2 rollers onto the on-off, the pucker plank, and I'm gonna give it a first try. I really like a smaller bike, so I'm gonna go ahead and head out and grab Seth's bike, and I'll be right back, and I'm gonna jump it on his bike. Okay, so that went really well, but I think Seth's he's gonna be a little upset with me again. Sorry, dude.
Welcome back to Berm Peak. I'm Seth, and today we're gonna be doing something a little different, but kind of the same. So Kevin really has a knack for breaking stuff. One day, Kevin just grabbed my dirt jumper, half put together, and sent the jump with it, and just sheared the bolts right out of the brake rotor and caused some damage to my rear hub. So today, we're gonna fix it. So damage assessment. The rotor is trash. It's completely bent. I mean, this is a piece of steel right here. The hub has a lot of scratches and gouges in it, but they're all superficial in terms of it functioning. However, the threads on one of the holes here are very badly damaged, and we have a bolt stuck in the hub here, and I really hope it's easy to get out because, man, this is an expensive hub. Now, when you're trying to extract a bolt like this, you wanna do the least invasive thing first. And so I'm gonna try and grab it with a needle nose plier and see if we can get it to loosen up. Okay, actually, it's not stuck at all. I can almost grab it with my fingers here. Oh yeah, we are on the right track here. We've got this broken piece of bolt out of there, and it was actually quite easy. So next issue here, this thread is pretty badly damaged. Take a nice clean bolt and really, really carefully try to screw it in here straight so that it catches the threads just right and kind of cuts new ones. Okay, I think I caught some real threads here. Okay, it's at a little bit of an angle. Let me back up. There we go. All right, so this is gonna clean up the threads. It's going in easy now. So this ended up being a pretty simple repair, but we're not out of the woods yet. I think we should try and get some of the sharp shards of metal off of here. So I'm gonna just clean that up a little bit. We clean everything out really good. I think the new rotor is gonna go on no problem. It's been a really long time since I've ridden my dirt jumper, and I'm really excited to get back on it. Okay, that was our stripped out one, and this bolt has gone in straight. I'm gonna snug these all up to 6 Newton meters. So we were able to save a really expensive hub from becoming a paperweight, but there's still more things he could have broken permanently, such as the caliper. Okay, so it tore a little bit of the brake pad off, put a nice score mark in the top of the caliper. Just for good luck, what I'm gonna do is replace these brake pads, and we're just gonna bolt the wheel on, see if we can get it to line up. All right. Oh, look who decides to show up after all the repair work is done.
Oh, what's up? What are you fixing?
I don't know, the dirt jumper that you completely maimed. It actually wasn't that bad. It's like completely fixed.
I was worried about that bolt that ripped off though.
Yeah, I was worried about that too, but I've got my thumb in there and just plopped her right out. Anyway, I'm stoked to get back on my dirt jumper. You know what I should do is try and crank out a 180, like my first 180 since my injury.
Oscar, come on. Dad's doing a 180.
Yay, Dad! Yay, Dad! Man, it was cool when I was just as good as you for while you were injured.
Oh. So if we were just fixing the dirt jumper, that'd be a really short video. Kevin's got some parts to put on his bike, and so we're gonna use the opportunity to show him how to use some specialty tools and do it right, because Kevin's all about jamming stuff. So I'm not even gonna ask why you're changing out what appears to be a perfectly good fork, but what's the first step?
I think that I should take off the caliper.
Okay, so hack time. You're gonna love this, Kevin. you got this hanging here, right?
Yeah.
And now what's gonna happen? All these are gonna fall out on the floor,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, okay, so check this out. The little nuts that are on the bases of valve stems, they don't thread on perfectly, but they go on the end just well enough to hold it in place. I did this in a hacks video a while ago. So now this all stays together while it's hanging around.
Okay, so that was a useful one, because I was looking for that.
That's a pretty useful one, right?
Yeah.
So now what do you do next?
What I would think to do would be to loosen the stem from the fork.
You hear that cracking noise it made when it loosened up?
Yeah.
That's what happens when you don't put grease on it.
What are you talking about?
There you go. Hey, that's better than how I do it. Usually all the stuff falls on the floor. So now you're just gonna shimmy that fork out and you're just gonna grab all the stuff on the top and make sure that it doesn't fall out.
Ooh.
There you go. That piece is specific to your headset bearing.
Okay.
So this has gotta come off. Now, if you look around it, there's gonna be a little spot in the fork where you can get a screwdriver underneath it.
Oh, okay, I didn't know what this was, so that's a seal.
Yeah, that's a seal that you're just kinda
Destroying?
just going through with a metal pick, but that's okay. You can usually just get it underneath the crown race and just be
Okay.
gentle with it. Don't like pry one side a lot, kind of do it evenly around it. So now you can clean this up and then we're gonna stick it onto the other fork.
What would you clean all this stuff with?
A paper towel.
Okay.
So now you can put your bearing back on and you can put a little grease on it. Grease never hurts unless it's on something you shouldn't put grease on.
So
There you
beveled
go.
edge up, flat side down.
You got it. That's it. Yeah, the rest of your headset's in your head tube now, so all you have to do is put it all back together. It's really pretty straightforward.
Come on.
Is that the stack height that you want?
I'm trying to think. My other one thing has got a lot of extra on it. This one's actually a lot shorter.
So the fork was shortened a lot then.
Like, look at the gap on that thing.
The fork that he bought was used, and so the steer tube had been shortened.
what I
Honestly,
mean?
you take these two guys out and you might just make it.
Let's see.
Let's see what happens,
Nothing's
okay.
locked in right now.
So your stack is coming down by 40 millimeters randomly, and you're just gonna try it out.
I'm just gonna try it out because I'm actually going back up 10 from how far I am from the ground.
You're going
depending on
back
the
up
trail
10
return.
on the travel.
Yeah, so it's gonna offset the 40 by the 10, and it's gonna kind of level out, give me a better climbing position. Oh, I'm like barely reaching the top of it.
Dude. There's supposed to be one spacer in here. So it's not even reaching close to the top of the stem. This isn't even safe, dude.
No.
No, I hate to be the bearer of bad news because you know I'm in full support of just making it work and trying it out, but like, this ain't even safe. It's possible that this person was selling this fork because they were like, damn, I cut it down too much. We can put that chain ring on. What do you think the chances that's gonna fit?
That should fit.
I've had it for a while, I'm just missing part of that tooth, this whole tooth, and then part of that tooth.
Oval chain rings have to be oriented a certain way in order to give you the benefit of an oval chain ring. So if there's any way to put this on wrong, now's the time to like mark off and make sure you know exactly how it goes.
Yeah, that looks about right. Here's a screwdriver.
There, okay.
We're just trying to get that coating good and scratched up for the first go around, you know what I mean? Ooh. Ooh, big strong man had to get in there.
It's all about the leverage. There you go.
Thanks, Dad. So I actually burnt these with a torch
Yeah, why'd you do that?
because I wanted to see it change colors. Have you ever taken a torch to titanium before?
No.
You want to?
So how hard were you torching this before it? There we go. Ooh, look at the pretty colors. Damn, dog.
Don't burn your thumb.
So you ready to try it on the front?
No.
No?
No, not near the front.
So you learn something new every day. I mean, if you do the same thing to steel, you're actually changing the properties of it. But with titanium, no problem. So this repair is going a lot better than the last one.
It ain't over yet.
There you go.
Look at that, it's working like a bicycle.
Working like a bicycle. Hey, that looks good. So just to review, we took Kevin's fork off, replaced it with a new fork, took that fork off, put the original fork back on, wrestled the brake caliper back on, and then burnt his crank arm with a torch, and then replaced the chainring, which was worn out. So yeah, just enjoy your existing perfectly working fork.
Yeah, it actually works just fine.
So, I hope you learned something today. Probably didn't, but I hope you were at least entertained. And if you like videos like this, make sure you subscribe to Berm Peak Express. And if you want to see Kevin and I building trails, subscribe to Berm Peak, our main channel. Thanks for riding with me today. I'll see you next time.
Welcome back to Berm Peak. We're gonna do something a little different, but kind of the same. I'm Kevin, and we're gonna do some bike repairs.
Yeah, so the bearing, you see how this side of the bearing is,
Beveled?
yeah, it's beveled. So that is gonna go up into the frame. Oh, they've already seen that.
This is the first time me seeing that. That's,
I like to chew my tools.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, you know what I mean? You sanitize it afterwards though, right? After you chew on it?
Yeah, I sanitize it.
Yeah.